So Greg, tonight is night 2 of the back-to-back. These can't be easy to play in.
Yeah, this is a test of will and really of conditioning as well. I expect there to be some big swings tonight. Should be a fun one.
And as we get deeper into the season, MP's let it be known that he intends to get his hands on the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Well, he plays with a lot of pride, and we've seen that all season. But as much as individual goals matter, he's got to keep in mind that the best way to show his worth is to help the team win. And no point in accumulating individual accolades if your team hasn't had success. Winning still needs to be the #1 priority.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniel. And it's MP in at the 1.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
Picked by Randall. The drive by MP. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. His team is facing off with the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. As far as how they plan to defend him, coach said it'll be a team effort. They plan to rotate who has him defensively, and coach's words were, Ant is so special. You have to guard him with the numbers. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. Here's Castle. After the basket by Minnesota, it's Vassell on the wing. Back to Castle. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
And great was Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award. The Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
So it's the Spurs now. After the basket by Minnesota, Harper the pass to Wembanyama. And Johnson now top of the key over Randall. Johnson can't get it to go. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they needed some extra time to get it done, but at the end of the day, a win's a win.
Wasted no time on that one.
Well, this is Vassell's game. He can do that all day.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Now, here's MP. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. It's good. Gobert's got his second bucket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating. Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Harper against MP. Pass to Randall. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 3 assists in the game. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Vassell against McDaniel. Castle misses. Timberwolves trail. McDaniels kicks to MP. Gobert with a screen on Castle. And a chance here to check out some stats for Victor Wembanyama. Minnesota shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Barnes is checked in for the Spurs. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. And he knocks down the first one.
A quiet but confident player. MP is one of those guys that lets his play do the talking most of the time.
Spurs making a switch here. Waters is checked in. Well, Coach, we know the 2025 season was cut short for Wembanyama due to a blood clot in his right shoulder.
Yeah, it was too bad, Kevin, to see that season cut short. Look, I think it's easy to say Wembanyama would have been the defensive player of the year in 2025. I think he had that one sewed up, but he just couldn't get enough games in to get to that. And he's a guy that can do everything on offense. We're talking probably the next face of the league.
Now, here's MP. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
Nice pass by MP, showing how unselfish he can be.
Here's Castle after the basket by Minnesota. Pass to Waters. Here's Wembanyama. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
Here's MP. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. MP's got 5 now.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Timberwolves lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Some good action. Come in for the Timberwolves. NB comes in for Michael Conley. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Reed with a screen for MP. Randall right side. Back to MP. Randall a screen on Harper. The drive by MP. It's good. 7 points in the game.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
In it forward, we'll get to see Johnson and Barnes. Evan Vassell out there with Harper. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5. That's the San Antonio 5. MP passes to DiVincenzo. MP with a screen on Vassell. Spurs trail by 16. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Rockets really lit up the floor. He tallied 21 points and had no trouble getting the ball to shooters. Seems to be his theme lately. Nobody has been able to stop it. Back to you.
Allie, we appreciate the update. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Wembanyama sets a screen for Johnson. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Timberwolves leading by 15. Reed with a screen for MP. Pass to Randall. Inside. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got 4 this quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Harper the pass to Vassell. Now Wembanyama. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Harper with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup. Harper's got 9.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
MP inside. He's guarded by Harper. Pass to Edwards. Here's MP. 9 points in the game so far. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Barnes finds Wembanyama. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves finding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe two of me.
Now that is a... And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule ahead. And that'll do it for half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, up at the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. MP out there with Anthony Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the 5 spot.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
Randall a screen on Harper. Here's MP. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Harper. To stand, the Thunder were the rare young team to win it all. But championship teams usually have a lot of veterans. Why is that? I mean, how do you explain that role?
Well, look, the more you know, the more you've been through certain situations, the easier it is to react effectively in that situation. You'll see guys be ahead of a play. Why? Because they've seen that play hundreds, even thousands of times developing that young guys haven't. So experience certainly helps.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Spurs. Pass to Vassell. And here is Harper. Castle on the wing. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's MP. Barnes grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Vassell finds Castle. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Minnesota leading by 15. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
Wembanyama sets a screen for Castle. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. MP dishes to McDaniels. Harper against MP. Randall no good. Spurs trail by 17. Vassell kicks to Barnes. 2 points. That one goes. Barnes has got 5 now.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Randall a screen on Harper. Here's MP. Up and in on the way.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Vassell, the bounce pass. To the middle. Here's Castle. That one drops for him. He's got 6.
Castle's not afraid to attack the D anywhere on the floor. He can get the job done on the perimeter or in tight.
2 minutes remaining.
Now, MP.
2 minutes.
He's got 13. Gobert with a screen for MP. Pass to Gobert. Pulls it up. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Now let's head over to the sideline for a report on Keldon Johnson. So, Allie, what's his status?
Thanks. I did get some news from San Antonio's head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Normally, this is an injury that would take a while to recover from, but they're saying he may be able to play on it. We'll be monitoring the situation and keep you updated.
Allie, thanks as always. We appreciate the report.
Well, look, reality hits hard, and I know he's frustrated by this setback. But you have to take things one day at a time and just get yourself right.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. And let's take a peek at the players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
And they will. I guarantee.
You're not a hooper!
Here's MP. Gobert with a screen on Harper. The drive by MP. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. Johnson and Wembanyama make up the 4 and the 5. And it's Harper in at the point guard position. That's the San Antonio 5. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. A 21-point lead, the biggest in the game. Banked in off the glass.
Look at how swiftly MP moves to the rim there.
San Antonio's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And here is MP. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use cameras to assess play and playing, right? So maybe the little things and winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
And a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well, Greg. It's helped his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to pull him outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and you know his presence at the rim.
Vassell, no good. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Gobert with a screen for MP. Pass to Shannon. And stolen by Vassell. 1:36 left in the game. Now Wembanyama. It's stolen by Gobert.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for MP.
Well, as a coach, it's so fun to watch a player dominate the game offensively like he did in this one.
Johnson outside. Wembanyama against Gobert. And Wembanyama gets it to go.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
MP passes to Gobert. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way. Vassell, no good. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Gobert with a screen on Vassell. MP passes to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the Spurs with possession. Pass to Waters. Now Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. So long and good night, everyone.